Hello everyone, I am RedWolf player and I'm here to talk to you about Far Cry 5. Now Far Cry 5 came out in March of 2018. It came out for the PC, the PS4, and the Xbox One. Myself, I played this on the Xbox One X for the purpose of this review. The main point of Far Cry 5 is that you're basically just trying to defeat this evil cult, right? Or I guess it doesn't have to be evil, it depends on your own world views and all those sorts of things, but for the purpose of the game, you're the good guy, the cult's the bad guy. That's the idea. And so we're going to go more in depth into all of that. We're going to talk about the visuals, the story, the guns, the vehicles, and the companions. We're going to assign some points to all of these things, and then we're going to total it all up for a big score at the end. Now, I do want to give a quick spoiler warning for this game. There may be some spoilers. In fact, there definitely will be some spoilers. And so, if you don't want to see any spoilers for Far Cry 5, I highly recommend going to the description. There will be a little link that tells you, basically where you can skip to, and you can just click on it. It'll take you there in the video. It'll be a good time. Without further ado, let's just go ahead and look at it. So to get started, we're going to talk about visuals. And something I want to note when talking about visuals, like I said in the intro, I actually played this on the Xbox One X, and so, obviously it's going to be a little bit different than a Xbox One or a PS4, and, I just want to throw that out there. Not a huge deal, I think. I'm not the kind of person that cares, but if you are, that may change your opinion. But for me, at the end of the day, this game was just very, very pretty and had some really great stuff in it. The environment was really something to look at, especially when you have the chance to fly over the Montana plains and the mountains, and, the environment as a whole just looks really good. However, the characters could have some more work done. Sometimes they just really feel flat and unexpressive, especially if you're in a close-up, if you're in a cutscene, the characters look good, but they look good by kind of a normal standard. They don't look great or amazing. It's just kind of like, okay, they're here, they look good. So, because of all of that, we're going to go ahead and give visuals 43 points. The next thing I want to talk about is the story. And now, the story in this game revolves around a group of 3 brothers and some random girl that they kind of say is a sister, but it's not a literal sister, and I don't know why. I'm sure it's just been all family, but whatever. These 4 have a cult that they are trying to use to predict the end of the world and save it from doom, or let it fall to doom, or something very doomy and whatever. To be honest, the story didn't really stick anywhere for me. There's a lot of comedy that I actually did enjoy, but the serious moments just felt a little off to me. Plus, there was a whole lot of political commentary. There's one character that literally is going off about Obama and libtards, and it's like, I get it. You're trying to make this commentary, but also in PR, you're trying not to say you're making this commentary, but can the story as a whole just have a little bit more for me? You have some really great stuff, and some of the individual storylines, some of the side quests are really great, but as a whole, there's just something that keeps feeling missing for me. However, I'm going to go ahead and give the story 28 points total. Ooh boy, shooting in this game is an absolute blast, let me tell you. Talking about guns, there's a large variety of weapons. Even besides the guns, you have arrows, you have rocket-propelled grenades, you have all sorts of cool stuff, and all of these things also have really cool upgrades, so no matter what style you want to go for, there's a gun for it. I also never felt like buying these guns was a chore. I didn't think that, I don't have enough money, it's the game's fault. It was always like, well, I spent my money on this instead of this, and it all felt very fair to me. Did I die while reloading sometimes because of ammo? Sure, but again, that's something I don't blame the game for. That's something that I think I could have managed better while playing it, and maybe I should have ducked as well, but that's besides the point. Overall, I want to give guns a whopping 48 points. Now, the vehicles are very interesting in this game. On one hand, you have cars, trucks, and ATVs that feel like you're trying to control a sled in the middle of the flat road. On the other hand, you have boats and planes that are so hard to control you end up crashing way too often. Now, the only reason I'm bringing vehicles up, I try not to bring stuff up that I'm not going to give points to, but in the beginning of the game, there's this side mission where you get to shoot some really big silos that have explosives in it, and I really like shooting those down. Being in my airplane and just putting those out, it was fun. I like seeing the explosions, and it felt like I was in an action movie. It was a good time. So that's the only reason I'm mentioning vehicles. We're just going to give it 5 points. As far as companions go, all I really want to talk about is the very first one that you get, Boomer. Boomer is a good boy, and the rest of the companions are bad. Literally none of them were helpful for me. It was so much easier than trying to manage having a companion. I just didn't want to deal with it. It was easier to just go through alone. So unless you're with Boomer, who is a good boy, I recommend just kind of skipping having a companion. If you have one, just ignore them. It's just not worth dealing with, but because of Boomer, we're going to give companions 10 points. Alright, now that we've gone over all the categories, let's total these points up. And so for visuals, we gave 43 points. The story, we gave 28 points. Guns, we gave 48 points. And then the vehicles, we gave 5. The companions, we gave 10 points. And so overall, this game is only getting 124 points. That's actually putting it at the bottom of my list so far. That's below Detroit and God of War. And so this is the new lowest game on my list. Does that mean it's a bad game? Not inherently. For me at least, I really enjoy the action, right? I want to go in, I'm going to shoot up the bad guys, and I want to see something explode, and it's going to be the end of the day for me. But that's not something that I think is necessarily needing a whole lot of points. If you're somebody who wants an action game, play this game. It's going to be a good time. If you're looking for a lot of deep mechanics and intricate systems, I personally would probably skip it. But either way, I did have a great time playing this game. You know, check out some of my other videos, follow me on Twitter, all those links are going to be down in the description, and, you know, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.